you tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.
This is a powerful intro over here. This is Arizona Mile by Rawnsley. And we have Joel here with us to talk about his band and his music. Hi, Joel.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you. Arizona
glad to be here.
Of course, a pleasure. Arizona Mile. This is so interesting, and it feels like rock. Take the floor, introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have heavy influences in that older '70s rock, so our music pops out like that. But yeah, we definitely identify ourselves as a rock band. So that was a fun song to do because of the didgeridoo in the beginning, and just kind of experiment. Rock with a little desert twist, if you will.
It sounds like it, yeah. Inspiration, tell us, are you from Arizona?
No, we're actually from California, so not too far off. But yeah, we were raised in Westminster, Huntington Beach area. It's Orange County, but we used to frequent the desert a lot as kids. So that was an experience and a half. Some of the psychedelic things actually happened in Hawaii, but the Arizona vibe is a little closer to home and a little more personal, so we switched it there.
Beautiful. So, tell us about your band, Rawnsley. Where does the name come from? Who do you play with?
So the name is actually our last name, kind of like Van Halen. It's we're three brothers and a really good buddy. So I play guitar and I sing. My buddy plays lead guitar, he kills it. And then I have two brothers, and they're younger, and they're twins, actually. So they're the rhythm section, the bass and the drums.
Beautiful.
So because there were three of us, we decided to just rock with our last name. Figured, we didn't want to be the something, so we just rocked Rawnsley, and, here we are. So we're digging it.
Yeah, it's catchy. It's a good name. All right. So for how long have you been playing all together? And, what made you want to become a musician?
We've been playing together. We played as kids, kind of, not as a band, but as just kind of messing around. I play guitar, and they both play drums, actually. So once Jordan, who's the bass player, and once he picked up the bass, that kind of left that hole. We had a built-in band, which was nice. So at that point, you kind of got to form something. You have three brothers who are guitar, bass, drums. You got something right there waiting to happen. So, around, probably like 7 years we've been playing, but we officially became Rawnsley in 2019, 2020. Obviously, COVID stopped us from playing a whole year. But so we got up in 2021, but our debut album released in January of 2020. So that was fun.
Yeah. So do you have? So who was the first one? You said somebody picked up a bass and kind of like got it all started. Is it like there's musical influence in your household, or What is the origin? Of
other than music on the radio, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, I would say. I feel like I had a better relationship with my dad and other friends where, that definitely made its mark, and working with him, having Jack FM on and all that 95.5, which is local to California, KLOS. So that grew into the generic like of rock. And as I get older, you develop and you find new musical tastes. So it's grown into different artists in that genre. That's not just radio friendly, but that definitely shaped where we are today. But no parents, no instruments, no nothing. We just kind of picked it up. So it was a nice little surprise, especially for my mom and dad. So it was cool.
Nice. Yeah, wonderful. I'm sorry. Did you mention there was some kind of relationship with the radio, with the local radio? Did I get that correctly?
No, that's just listening to the radio growing up.
Listening.
We had the SoCal rock station, so that kind of influenced the taste in music, if you will.
Perfect.
Yeah, because a lot of it is where who you're raised with and where you're raised from. That definitely shapes a lot of your interests.
Absolutely, it does. All right, so you've been playing for about 7 years, and tell us more about those influences. Like, what are those bands that you see as references?
Well, our default band, the one that we listened to the most, was very AC/DC. It was very AC/DC heavy, a lot of hard riffs, jumping around, dancing around, that type of stuff. As we got older, we developed into a softer sound, I think I would say. But we really dug the Eagles, so we like to incorporate a lot of harmonies into our music. So anytime we do covers, anytime we write originals, we try to put those harmonies in there, but have them rock harder. Kind of like a hybrid of the two, I would say. But as I get older, I listen to a lot of different bands from the 70s, a lot of stuff, like a lot of George Harrison stuff and Joe Walsh and that type of thing. It's fun. It's fun because you hear something new, you're like, oh, that's rad. How do I incorporate this sound into my music?
Yeah.
So that's kind of our core inspiration. But I'm sure there's a couple here and there. But the main two, I would say, are AC/DC and the Eagles.
Excellent, wonderful. Those are really, really good references. And so you started actually playing live last year, and I think you mentioned you actually got to play in the Whiskey in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that was rad. We played at the Whiskey in November of last year, and we actually have another Whiskey date booked for April 14th this year. Awesome. And that was a dream come true because of the level of bands that have played at that venue over the years. It's ridiculous to share the stage with, to have shared the same stage that they did. It's a dream come true, really. It really makes you want to earn your spot and really play as well as you can, because you're not competing, but you're sharing that with legends. So.
Absolutely. You want to improve yourself, right? You want to get to that level, kind of like to honor the spot that you're playing at, right? So how do you get gigs like that these days? Just a word of advice for other musicians out there.
I would say, we learned the hard way is you definitely have to be on social media, because it's like you have to be where most people are, because most people every day, including myself, are thinking about themselves. They have their own lives, they have everything going on, but they're thinking about themselves. They're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're on this and that, YouTube, whatever, because they just want to see what, compare themselves to other people, or just see somebody's feed, or just laugh. So we have to make a presence on social media, and not only do we have to do that, we have to make something eye-popping enough to make them want to click on us, or make them laugh, or make them do this or that, because you have to earn attention. Just like when you're playing a show, if you have to earn the audience's attention when you play. Nothing is deserved. You are performing something for them. So it's the same thing when you're trying to advertise yourself. Post yourself on social media, be present, make it unique. Don't just be like, oh, post our single. That's what we did. And when we changed it up, that's when we started getting different offers, and definitely email venues. Even if it's a big venue that you don't think you're going to get, just nothing hurts by emailing them. Make sure you have a solid portfolio behind you. And some of them won't answer. But the ones you do, you'll play little ones. Like we got the whiskey gig because we played, a smaller promoter circuit in Long Beach and Costa Mesa, and he saw us and saw our Instagram and saw how we were good enough, so he hit us up. So definitely social media, I would say, is the biggest thing.
Yeah. And like you said, it's always worth the question. Like they know you already have the know, right? So why not try?
Yeah, exactly. You have to have that confidence. Because you're not always going to... The way I've heard and I've listened is if you have a goal or an aspiration or a dream, you always have to shoot for the highest part you possibly could. Because even if you hit halfway, you'll be happy. But if you shoot for halfway, you're not going to get there. You're never going to get where you shoot for. So you shoot for the highest so you can get kind of... I don't know. That's how I see it, I think. What do I know? But that's our mantra going. That's our mantra. That's what we've been telling ourselves. So hopefully it works out. But that's what we've been telling ourselves.
It's been working thus far, right? So I think.
So far. Yeah.
So all right. So let's say that you are unable to fail at all. So what is the best possible future that you picture for this band, for yourself?
We just love performing. Like, if I get to write, because I'm one of the main songwriters, so if I get to write music that people like and people want to pay to see and have an experience, because music is a religious experience at the core of it. It's hard to explain, but, if you listen to certain songs or different things, it hits you in a place that not a lot of things do. Especially sharing that with the crowd and, that dynamic between the band and the crowd. And if I can write music that people can feel to that level, because I've had songs that I've helped me through hard times or just put me in a space that's almost psychedelic. And if I can write songs that people like almost as much, even half as much, hopefully as much, and make a living off of that, then I'm happy as a clam. Obviously it'd be nice to make, millions of dollars here and there if you become super successful. Yeah, but everybody wants that. But at the core of it, I want to become successful enough to share that experience with music I write and the people I play to. And the best way to do that is to become popular. So, but I don't know, plus it'd be fun. Why not try to do something you enjoy doing than just accepting, whatever else you think you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, all right. So I want to be mindful of your time. You were kind enough to make a little bit of your time to have this call with us. So basically, just to end for now, what kind of advice? I think we gave some kind of advice before, but to your younger self, like if you were to something that you're wise enough right now that you would tell your younger self, what would that be?
Well, one is kind of cliche, but it's practice. It's we didn't play enough back then, so I was like, we're not playing shows very often, so I don't need to spend X amount of hours doing what I need to do. But no, you do. You're not getting shows, doesn't matter. You practice like you're playing every night, because that'll get your chops up, and that's something that we're learning now. Like, we're not perfect, we're not the greatest band ever. We're starting to play 3-hour cover shows to kind of strengthen the muscle. You get used to playing it because with cover songs you can people like the song, so if they're not dancing to danceable songs, then you learn where you need to get your chops up. So that, I would say, practice one, and two, I would say don't doubt it, don't overthink it. Don't think about, I need to do this, is this the right thing to do? Because if you don't have the confidence in yourself at the moment, then you're not going to get anywhere. Because if you're not confident about yourself, why the hell should anybody be confident about you? Absolutely. So have that go-getter attitude. That's what I would say, and it took me a while to get there, but now I'm here and I'm happy. So that's what I would tell myself.
Beautiful, wonderful advice, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you, Joel. Rawnsley, this is band Rawnsley. We're listening to Arizona Mile. Like really classic rock and rock at the core. This is fantastic. And
I appreciate that, brother.
Absolutely. All right, so thank you again, and really all the best. We'll stay in touch, and we're gonna enjoy a little bit more of Arizona Mile.
Have a good one. Thank you, brother.
You as well.
psychedelic situations far from home. Set aside from expectation, afraid to roam. Yet all I feel is lonely now on desert roads. The price of letting the world go by is it set in stone. I'll meet you where may the road be fair. I want the Arizona mile, let the river run us wild. For the air and for
Are you
your
tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.